Debbie meets her guardian angels.
And I was in the debris, I had to be pulled out of it. So I have a lot of PTSD about that. And I've done really well, but I was out of my element and away from my safe place when this happened. And my PTSD just went off the chain. I was totally triggered and I freaked out. Even the siren outside was going off right in front of the restaurants to just like add to the whole dramatic
Yeah.
thing, right? And so I started freaking out. I was shaking and crying, and I was apologizing because I was mortified that I was showing this side of myself to these people. I thought I had it under control. And of course, everybody was kind. But I went, the guy, one of the man in the restaurant said, you, anybody who wants to go in the basement, follow me. And of course, my butt was the first one out of the chair. So my whole table and friends and people went down in the basement of this restaurant for about 20, 25 minutes. And we were finished. We came back upstairs, finished our meals. There was an older couple next to us. And I think they went downstairs with us, but I couldn't remember. All I know, they got up to leave and they walked over to me. And the woman literally leaned right down in my face and she took my hands. And she said, don't ever be ashamed or embarrassed to show your feelings. Your feelings are valid. We see you, we feel you, and you're not alone. And then the man reached over my shoulder and he patted my shoulder. And he basically leaned into my ear and said the same thing. And then they left. And I sat there with my mouth hanging open. And I looked at my friends at the table and they were all kind of speechless, but in a good way. And all of a sudden I burst into tears again. Only this time it was like I was just overwhelmed with this emotion of the same thing I felt with that man, with this comfort and love and peace that just swept over me. And I looked up at my friend Lucy, who is a shaman, and I said, "Oh my God, those people were angels." And Lucy goes, "Your cup runneth over." She said, "That was so sweet," because my eyes were leaking. And I said, "Yeah, my cup runneth over, and it's running over my eyelids." And I said, "Those people were angels." And she said, "They were." She goes, "Angels not some dude flies around with wings. Angel is an energy. And sometimes we're vessels for that energy. We're somebody else's angel." And she goes, and she said she believed that's what I had encountered.